Good afternoon. Charlie Steiner in the Sports Center newsroom. Murder charges have been filed against OJ Simpson within the hour for the stabbing deaths of his former wife, Nicole, and a male friend, Ronald Goldman, on Sunday night outside her West Los Angeles condominium. Within the hour, Simpson was seen leaving his home with his attorney, Robert Shapiro. Simpson, we are told, will be arraigned at 2:30 Eastern Time, 11:30 in the morning in Los Angeles. We expect the L.A. Police Department to have a news conference at 3 o'clock Eastern, noon Pacific, the L.A. District Attorney at 3:30. Repeating, O.J. Simpson charged with murder today. We'll have details throughout the afternoon here on Sports Center. For now, U.S. Open coverage and Chris Berman. Chris?
Most sobering news for sure, and as you mentioned, we will keep you posted this afternoon and through the evening on Sports Center, but kind of changes your point of view on some things. We'll keep you posted. Peter, back to you.
Greg Norman, 17th for a 3, big swing, putted it out very wide, too wide. And as we've seen many great players so far, making hard work of the short 17th as we look at.
We interrupt this program for an ESPN special report.
Good afternoon. Charlie Steiner in the Sports Center newsroom. One of America's most famous sports heroes of the 20th century, O.J. Simpson, will be charged with 2 counts of murder later this afternoon. He is to be arraigned in Los Angeles at 5 o'clock Eastern Time, 2 o'clock in Los Angeles. Simpson left his million-dollar mansion in suburban Brentwood about 2 hours ago, along with his lawyer, Robert Shapiro. As best as we can tell for the moment, he has not yet arrived at Los Angeles Police Headquarters, but ESPN's Mark Schwartz is there. He is standing by now live. Mark?
Charlie, you are correct. That is the way we understand it here, that a criminal complaint has been filed against O.J. Simpson, that he will be charged with 2 counts of murder in the first degree, with an allegation of special circumstances. Now, let me explain special circumstances. A source inside the L.A. County District Attorney's Office told us that in California, special circumstances can be invoked in one of 2 cases. One where there are multiple murders, and in this case there are. Another situation in which special circumstances can be invoked is a murder lying in wait, and police do believe that this was also an ambush murder. And in either case, special circumstances could be invoked, and what that means, in effect, is that prosecutors could look for the death penalty against the perpetrator. We are expecting a news conference here from the Los Angeles Police Department behind me at any moment. They will, of course, fill us in and round out the information that we now have. O.J. Simpson's attorney, Bob Shapiro, sought an arraignment about now, but that arraignment has been pushed up, as you said, Charlie, till about 2 o'clock Pacific time, a little more than 2 hours from right now. Gil Garcetti, the Los Angeles County District Attorney, will hold a press conference of his own. That expected to be happening about 45 minutes from now, so we will get much more information about this. But what we know right now, 2 charges of murder in the first degree with an allegation of special circumstances, and O.J. Simpson is the only suspect as far as we know. There was another report that there was a second suspect. Naturally, everybody was alarmed to hear that. It was the first time we'd heard that, but the district attorney's office says that is not true, that O.J. Simpson is the only person sought in connection with the murders of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman this Sunday last.
Mark, it seemed from the beginning that O.J. Simpson was the only one the Los Angeles police were honing in on. Is that fair to say?
That is fair to say, Charlie. In fact, sources very close to this investigation have told us that when police arrived at the murder scene, there was so much evidence, and then when they also met Simpson at his home the next morning, they were able to put so much evidence in the form of blood-stained clothing, which actually was in his closet, and a bloody glove, which they found at his residence, that they were prepared to arrest O.J. Simpson on the spot, but that orders from above told them not to do so, that the investigation would continue at a more deliberate pace. As far as other suspects, there has really never been anybody else from day one, as far as we can tell.
On Wednesday, when Robert Shapiro took over as Simpson's attorney, he said that his client was home at the times of the murders. Last night, you apparently were able to discover that there's a good deal of conflict to that story.
Well, I don't think anybody has ascertained to the minute what time the murders occurred. It is believed that Ronald Goldman left the Mezzaluna restaurant. If we could look at a map, Nicole Brown Simpson was dining at the Mezzaluna restaurant in Brentwood on Sunday evening and left her glasses there, reportedly. The glasses have not been found. That's another mysterious link to this entire story. That she went home, then called the restaurant and said, hey, my glasses are there. Ronald Goldman, a friend of Nicole Brown Simpson's, offered to take them to her and left, we think, at about 9:45 for a trip about a mile to Nicole Brown Simpson's house. Now, police believe that O.J. Simpson was lying in wait. They've recovered a ski mask and some dark clothing. They believe that at the time that Nicole Brown Simpson walked out of her house, O.J. Simpson then attacked her, and that Ronald Goldman was an unfortunate second party who was also then murdered at the scene of the crime.
That is Mark Schwartz reporting live from Los Angeles. We will keep you up to date throughout the day as the O.J. Simpson story continues to develop. To repeat, 2 counts of murder are pending against O.J. Simpson. World Cup Soccer is next on ESPN. For now, Charlie Steiner, ESPN in the Sports Center newsroom.
This has been an ESPN special report. We now return you to our regularly scheduled program. We interrupt this program for an ESPN special report.
Good afternoon, Charlie Steiner in the Sports Center newsroom on a day when one of the great sporting events in the globe, the World Cup, has come to the United States. One of the great athletes in American history, O.J. Simpson, is facing 2 charges of murder. Not only that, it's murder with a special designation, which in Los Angeles, or rather in California, that could mean the death penalty. About 2 hours ago now, O.J. Simpson was last seen leaving his home in Brentwood. He has not been seen since. The expectation is that he's over on his way to the Parker Center, the Los Angeles police headquarters, for preliminary booking. There was to have been an arraignment about an hour and a half ago. That has not yet taken place. We now are told the arraignment will take place at 5 o'clock Eastern Time, 2 o'clock Pacific Time. There had been some reports earlier in the day. A second person was involved. Those reports turned out to be erroneous. The pending murder charges against Simpson come just 24 hours after O.J. Simpson buried his wife, and, of course, the funeral of Ronald Goldman, the other man involved, the other murder victim, took place yesterday as well. So for the moment, this is what we can tell you. O.J. Simpson is facing 2 counts of murder with extraordinary circumstance, which could mean, possibly, if convicted, the death penalty. We will continue our coverage of the O.J. Simpson story in just a moment. It is scoreless in our first World Cup game between Germany and Bolivia, and we'll be back in just a moment. You are looking at a live picture of Soldier Field in Chicago. It is halftime of our first World Cup soccer game. Germany and Bolivia are scoreless. I'm Charlie Steiner in the Sports Center newsroom, where a significant story has been breaking today. O.J. Simpson is facing 2 counts of murder with special circumstance, which means in the state of California, if a murder has been committed and found guilty of either an ambush or multiple murders, the death penalty could, in fact, be at stake. The arraignment hearing is expected to take place in roughly 1 hour from now. It had initially been anticipated to take place about 2.5 hours ago. There has been a delay. We're not entirely sure why. We will be going to the Parker Center in Los Angeles, police headquarters. Mark Schwartz and Donald Wager are standing by, and we'll talk to them in just a moment as our special coverage of the O.J. Simpson story continues live on ESPN.
Equipment.
At this year's World Cup.
Halftime, game 1 of the World Cup, Germany and Bolivia. We'll be back with the second half from Soldier Field in Chicago in just a moment, but we continue now our coverage of the arrest of O.J. Simpson. We go now live to Mark Schwartz, who is at the Parker Center, Los Angeles Police Headquarters in Los Angeles. The arraignment was supposed to have taken place a couple of hours ago. Mark, what's the latest?
Well, the arraignment was pushed back till 5 o'clock Eastern Time, Charlie. We knew that some time ago. That's about an hour from right now. Also, the media here, and it is quite a large group at this point, is assembled awaiting word from the Los Angeles Police Department. They were set to hold a news conference, and there's in fact a bomb threat that was announced by a police spokesman a little while ago, but nobody is going anywhere, including Don Wigger, our legal analyst with ESPN. And Don, first of all, where is O.J. Simpson right now?
He's being booked right in this building now. From here, then he'll go over to the courthouse. When he's at the courthouse, he'll be arraigned on the charging document that they're going to file against him. In this case, it will probably be called a complaint. He'll be charged with 2 counts of murder with a special circumstance of a double murder. The accusation of the special circumstance brings the potential of a death sentence if convicted, and it's the jury's choice to decide that. We'll find out when he's arraigned.
Now, in a special circumstance, Mr. Wigger, those are invoked when there's a multiple slaying, as there was in this case. Is it possible that in a special circumstance such as this one, that O.J. Simpson would be granted bail?
He's going to make a motion for bail. However, in California, if the evidence is strong and the presumption of guilt appears to be great, he will be denied bail. He's not automatically entitled to bail when there's an accusation of a crime bringing forth a potential sentence of death.
We will know much more at the arraignment, of course, about 1 hour from now, Charlie. As I say, things have been pushed back a little bit here today. Back to you.
All right, Mark, and as the news conferences for the Los Angeles Police Department and the District Attorney take place later in the day, we will have them for you here on ESPN and ESPN2. But for the moment, it is halftime at the World Cup. Game 1, Germany and Bolivia, second half from Soldier Field in Chicago, coming up after these messages.